Hey, it's Sasha Evdokov. Thanks for joining me. And in this video, I'd like to give you a detailed overview of how you can sign up for your own brokerage account. So that way you can start making trades. So if you're looking to sign up for an online broker, in this video, we're gonna go in detail of how to sign up for Scottrade. And the reason I wanna share this with you is because a lot of people struggle with setting up an online brokerage account. They don't know how to go through the registration process. And also they just have trouble with seeing the tools in the back, meaning in the background, because there are minimum requirements, meaning they don't just give you a free demo for entering your email address. You actually have to put money in to get access to some of the trading tools and the platform. And that process can be time consuming. So what I've done is I'm actually creating a lot of different videos about different brokerage accounts for the overview of the registration process, their trading tools, what I like, what I don't like about those trading tools, and just how to use their different panels. So that way you get to see an overview of a lot of different brokers, how to register for them, and also the tools that they have. So if you're interested in looking what a certain tool looks like for a certain broker, you can actually see that rather than signing up, paying the money, and then seeing that the tools are not really what you expected. So if you want to go see those tools or those other brokers and the other videos, just click this link right here and take a look at some of the other videos that are beyond this that also go in detail about the different tools that this broker has, as well as other brokers and so forth. So with that being said, in this video specifically, I'm going to show you how to go through that registration process on Scottrade. So we're going to go in detail for Scottrade specifically. Now there will be other brokers that are going to be somewhat similar, but in this video we're going to be tackling Scottrade. So if you're interested in opening up a Scottrade account or a brokerage account, it'll be helpful just to show you the process and what you go through. And in the next couple of videos, I'm going to tackle the Scottrade streamer, and we're actually going to put in $25,000 to get the full access to the Scottrade Elite program as well, so that way you can see what the Elite program looks like inside of that. So we'll be doing a review of that program or that software tool also. So let's get started, let's get into it, and I want to share with you how to go through that registration process, just in case you have any questions or what the process looks like. So let's continue. So here we are on TRADERSFLY.com, and we're going to go over to Scottrade. So if you aren't watching this from TRADERSFLY.com, you can go and take a look at the resources, and you can see all the different brokers here that I have listed, as well as the training. And of course, this page may change over time depending on when you're watching it, but you can just go over here to Scottrade and find the Scottrade, or if you're looking at this video, and just go ahead and click that link, and that link actually helps me out and gives me a little commission for doing the video. You know, it's a win-win situation. It doesn't charge you any extra, but in either case, what you can do is right from that link is just go ahead and start signing up right here on the right-hand side, and it starts the process of getting you to create an account. So that's what it does. Is it pretty much does the same exact thing as if we went to Scottrade.com. So here we are on the general website, and if we go to open a new account, it starts us off right here with the basics that I showed you earlier. So in this page, what we have is you choose your account type, and I've in fact signed up for a Scottrade account, and at the moment we'll be doing a review on a couple of their basic platforms, but I'll actually have to deposit $25,000, which I will do for you guys to show you how to use the premium version of Scottrade and to see if it's something you like. But in either case, here we fill out our basic primary holder information. So this is your name, your last name, email address, and so forth. So pretty much where you're living. And you also select the type of account that you wish to open. So such as an individual broker account is a standard brokerage account just for yourself. A joint brokerage account is one that you have maybe with you and your spouse or maybe somebody else. Individual retirement account, IRA, this is where you can trade tax-free pretty much if you have like a Roth IRA. And there's some other account types. Maybe you get like a 529 student plan and so forth. So After selecting and doing all this, you'll be taken to this investment trading experience. And this page really is typically the way these brokers use it is, what are you trying to do? It also helps them qualify you for certain programs, meaning they may block certain functionality in your account if you're brand new. So what I've done is I've said that I'm a active trader, or relatively frequent trading, actively trading on a daily basis. Let's say I execute 120 to 250 trades, maybe 11 to 21 trades per month. And what's the estimated value? Again, if you put more than $25,000, then this may help you out in terms of getting a non-day trading account. Of course, you do have to put in the appropriate funds as well for that, meaning over $25,000. But I just wrote in, more than $25,000 in that field. So on the next page, what you'll get is a branch that's most convenient for you. And what they try and do in Scottrade is really to match you up to a local branch. So they really have a lot of local branches nearby. And what they're trying to do is kind of get you a dedicated team and support. So it's really great for beginner traders because you'll have that initial support from your local branch. So here you basically select a branch that's closest to you, and it's based on where you live, and everybody will have different results. The next page is the employment information, and this is just kind of, they want to know how you're making money. This again helps, I would assume, determine if you're, able to trade naked options or a margin account and things of that nature. So again, they want to know these kinds of things. That way they can limit your account or give you full ability to your account. So again, this will depend on the capital, possibly. I'm not 100% sure what they use this for, since I don't work for Scottrade, but I would imagine that this is what they're using this for, to find out for their own personal information, for tax purposes, for giving you restrictions in their panel, and so on and so forth. After that, you want to go through and answer your birth date, your social security number, and of course, if you're a U.S. citizen or not. And again, more for tax purposes and financial information. Once you've completed this, you review your application and information. Now, of course, most of this stuff is blocked out since it is private information. I'm just giving you a little idea of how the sign-up process works. But you just double check the information and make sure everything looks legitimate, and then you move on and continue. After that, they'll ask you a few identity verification questions, and this is just so, again, they verify it based on your social security, doing a credit check, and it's done instantly there within a couple of seconds, really. And they'll ask you a few questions, and then you have to answer them correctly to make sure that you are who you say you are. After you get through all the financial information, you get into this account setup section. And the account setup section is really starts getting into detail about the type of account that you're going to have. Now, for this purpose, just because we're doing a review, just to see how everything goes, we're doing a margin and options account. You can just do a margin account if you'd like, or neither if you're not interested on neither of those at this time. And the margin account allows you to trade on borrowed margin or loan. So think of this like a credit card. And if you're a new trader, you definitely want to stay away from margin. You don't want to trade on margin until you have experience. So you can flag this as I'm not interested at this time, but for me, I flagged it as margin and options, just to be able to possibly do a review on the options section here a little bit later. So as we continue, then they'll look at some options trading privileges. So again, they'll want to know even more so about your information, because options can be more risky if you don't understand what you're doing. So they'll want more information based on your annual income, source of income, what's your net worth, and so forth. So you will have that sheet to fill out as well if you decide to select the option trading privileges. Once you've completed that, then you'll go ahead and look at these forms and make sure you agree to all the policies and read them carefully if you're new, but pretty much they're standard agreements. And if you don't know what's going on or what's happening, you basically have to agree to them to be able to continue. So you have to agree to them to be able to use the brokerage platform. So read them if you want. Otherwise, click the check mark box and move on, and then you're all set. After that, they'll ask you if you want an electronic delivery service agreement, and or you can get the documents mailed to you, but I chose the electronic delivery. Pretty standard on this. This is for your statements. This is for what's going on with all your documents and things like that. So that way they don't have to mail them. So you can get them all online electronically these days for pretty much any broker out there from what I've seen. Then you're pretty much all set. You then get to create a password that you want to use for your account. That way you can log into your account. So make sure it's a good password, because they'll want it to be uppercase, lowercase, and numbers and so forth. They'll want it to be a strong password. So you make your password, and then you're pretty much all set. You get your account number, and then you will need to print and sign and return a signature page to be able to fund your account. And this goes to your local branch. So technically everything is kind of done with your local branch here with Scottrade from what it seems to me. And, there is a minimum deposit of $500 from what it says on the basic funding account. But more than likely I will fund $25,000 just to do a video, which is kind of really weird because they don't have a demo of their elite trading panel, but I'll fund the account with $25,000 for you guys, so you can see what that panel is all about and do a review on it for you. But once you're all set, you got your account number, you got your signature page, then you fund your account, and then you can play around with the panel. You will have some security questions that do come up, especially your first time that you log in, and you just set those up to whatever you want. After that, you'll get to a subscriber agreement page, and this is pretty much mostly for professional traders or investors. A lot of these questions that are geared towards professional traders. And they'll ask you questions such as, do you use market data solely for personal, non-business use? And you'll answer yes. Or they'll ask you if you're qualified with the SEC, and you'll be probably no if you're an individual basic trader. So a lot of these you'll probably answer no, and you're not a professional subscriber. And then again, you'll have a few agreements to double check and look over, because the stock market is quite regulated. Even though people think there's a lot of corruptions, there's a lot of laws, especially with these trading companies that have to go through. And that's a good thing, because we wouldn't want people to just take our money, $5,000, $25,000, $500, and just run away. So in that case, it's good that they're regulated. So in either case, you agree to those agreements, and that's pretty much it. You have your account set up. All right, so there you go. As you can see, there's a lot of different steps to that registration process, only because there's a lot of rules, a lot of regulations that need to be shown and that you need to agree with prior to making trades. So there's a lot of paperwork that you have to go through to set up an account. But basically, that's how you do it in Scottrade, and that's the process in order to set up your account. Now, you still will need to fund your account in order to make trades and so forth. Depending on the amount that you put into your account will give you access to the different tools. Now, in the next video, we're going to be reviewing the different tools, the different trades that you can do, and how the inside of the website looks as you're looking to put on a trade. So we'll get into that in a minute. But in this case, just to get your account set up and just to get your account going, that's really all the different steps and processes that you have to go through to set up an account. It takes about 15 to 25 minutes depending on how fast you are doing all the different paperwork. And other than that, once you have all the paperwork filled out, you just need to make your deposit and possibly sign some other papers and send those in as well, and you should be good to go. All right, thanks for joining me and watching this video. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see some of the other brokers that I've reviewed and actually placed real money into to take a look at the back end and the panels, then click some of the thumbnails right below this video and you'll get to see some of those reviews and those videos as well. But if you want to see some of the stocks that I'm looking at, the stocks that I'm looking that may break out higher or lower to the downside, then sign up to my rapid recap by just clicking this link right up here and entering your name and email address when you get there. And don't forget to check out some of my video courses while you're there as well. Thanks again, and remember to do what you love, contribute to others, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.